3, 2, 1. Here we go. What is up? What is up? What is up, y'all? What's going on? Today, we're going to bring you all episode 23 of the SML Podcast with myself, and you already know who else, MM2K. Now, I'm going to let you all know, man, before MM2K welcomes, says hello and all that, and yo, and all the stuff that he does, right? I'm going to let you all know today that this show right here is going to be jam-packed. You know what I'm saying? I think we have up to an hour and a half of goodness. We might go a little longer depending on the topics and whether we have time, y'all, because we have a lot to discuss, a lot that you may have already heard, but you haven't gotten my opinion on it. You know, you haven't probably gotten MM2K's entire take on it. But before we jump in, man, we want to get out here and say what's up to MM2K. What's going on, brother? How you feeling today?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm feeling good, man. This is going to be a live one. Do us a huge favor. This is on Storm's channel. Whenever it's on Storm's channel, you know it gets taken to a whole nother level. Hit that like button, share this out, let people know that we're live because they're not going to want to miss this one.
Please do so. And before we get started, the most important thing we have to do is go through this chat. All right, so the recipient of the early bird special goes to Cloud Gamer 201, man. You know what I'm saying? The brother was in the storm early, man. I got to check on him, make sure he's okay after today's show. But Cloud Gamer 201, man, we appreciate you showing up. Calvin Morgan in the house, y'all. We had a hell of a conversation with Calvin last. Was it last?
Oh, hell yeah.
My weekends mixed up, but it was last weekend, right?
Yup.
Bro, that right there, epic. It was epic to me, man. This is what This is all about. We'll get into the phone lines and all that stuff a little bit later on, but I want to go ahead and highlight everybody that's here. We got Victor Del Maestro in the building. I always want to say the Maestro, man, because I'm a musical type person, you know? So if I say Maestro, y'all know what I mean. Victor Del Maestro in the house, if I'm pronouncing that right. Now, here we go, y'all. Charles Orange is in the house. We got Unitrix. We got Amanor. Amanor is here. We got to do some talking today, Amanor. This is going to be a good show for you.
Yeah,
I can tell you that. We're going to be
covering hiding out no more, Am.
Yeah, we're going to be covering all bases, man. G Millie in the building, y'all. G Millie's in the building. When G Millie's around, you better do what Pixel Slapper is doing and look over the wall with your eyes. You know what I'm saying? You got to peek around and see if G Millie's around because he's always lurking, y'all. And you never know what G Millie might drop, especially on the live phone calls. Cesar Perez is in the house saying, what's up to everybody, man? What's up to you? We appreciate you stopping through, bro. This is about to be a hell of a conversation about all things cloud gaming and definitely some things that's been on my mind. Now, MM2K, he can't control me, y'all. He can't rope me back in today. This is my channel. And when it's my time, it's party time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all free to do what y'all got to do. Get your drinks. Get whatever you want. As long as you're being safe, it's all good. Let's have some fun. Stadia Doses News is in the building, man. Big things happen over at Stadia Doses News, y'all. If you don't know, hit that subscribe button right now. This brother's always telling y'all, hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that subscribe button for him because he's out there pumping out daily content. And if you don't know, that's MM2K himself right here on the panel with me. Moss, man, we got Heath Stevens, long time.
Heath, where you been at, brother?
In the house. You know, when we don't see you, Heath, man, you know, we do get concerned. This right here is a family right here, man. And that's the beautiful part about this whole damn show and all the shows that we do. Seeing you all pop up, man, I don't want to get all giddy and everything. I think I'm a G, man. I call myself a gangster, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be on here tearing up and everything right now. But look, I appreciate all of you, and I'm sure MM2K feels the same way. Don't you, Moss?
Absolutely.
All right, so we got, who was this guy? Damn, MM2K is in the building as well?
Yeah, man.
Yo, hey, when that dude shows up, y'all know what it is. So I'm telling you right now, get your protective shields, get your hats on, your hard hats and everything because...
Get your old Milwaukee. I got mines.
Let me see. Where's my can at?
Here you go. Y'all hear that? That's the old Milwaukee, baby.
I thought I had a tall can, man. Shout out to old Milwaukee. Been doing it for a long time, man. Nice and smooth, nice and cold. If you drink it, you never grow old. Old Milwaukee.
Oh man, yeah, we need that. We need that promo deal ASAP, man. That was fire.
Hey, check it out, man. Check it out. So look, today's show, y'all, we got to jump into it, man. I know normally we do 25 to 46-minute intros and everything, but today we're going to try and shorten that up. When we get on these mics, we just have fun, y'all. You got to have fun. So man, I have notes and I tried to put them in order, but I can't even put it in order today. So could you please go through the PNTS housekeeping and all that stuff first, man, pay the bills and all that?
Absolutely. First and foremost, you got today's show, which is SML Podcast. That is the show that is co-hosted by the homie Project Storm and myself. It airs every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the interactive show where me and Storm talk about Stadia, cloud gaming in general. But the more important part of it is we get your takes. You know what I'm saying? We get your thoughts on this. And this is an interactive show. You call in, you leave yappas, voicemail, all that stuff, right? So again, every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, either here on this channel, which if you're here with us now, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss this. Because I know a lot of you are here right now because you got the memo for MM2K on my channel. It shouldn't be like that. You should be notified directly from this channel. So sub to this channel so you don't miss a show. You know what I'm saying? And then it also alternates on the Stadia Doses channel, okay? All right. We continue on.
All right. So here, hey, man, look, man, stop the show for a second. We got the brother Stadia Revolution, who was over on chopping it up with the gaming advocate himself, Chase, our homie. You know what I'm saying? They did a hell of a show this morning. Hell of a show. That was a great interview. Moss, it's going to go down for the ages, I think, as one of the most informative and just real and direct to the point shows, man. I didn't catch the whole thing, but the part that I did catch, I even heard Chase confirm what I just said, man. Now that's crazy. Shout out to the Cloud Gaming Advocate and Stadia Revolution, man, for doing what y'all do. Rome is in the building, man. Oh-ish. Here we go again, he says, and you damn right, Rome, because we're about to jump into it right now for you. MM. What the heck? Let
me continue on with the show so people know.
I thought you were done, man. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
So we also got Yang Meets Yang podcast every Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is a show co-hosted also by Storm, the co-host of everything. Snow Bunny Gaming, and they got a brother Rome. My homie Rome is on there as well now. So now it's a trio. Rome Rush in the house. Yo, great podcast. Even got better. Check it out. Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Snow Bunny Gaming's channel. Then on Wednesdays, we have SSC podcast. We had a very special SSC. We're going to talk about it later with the homie Dark 1985. Golly. But check that out. It normally airs 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. Then the after hour for our Stadia Dosage members airs directly after that. So you definitely want to check that out. And last but certainly not least, show's on hiatus for a little bit now. It's coming back first week of April. But that is the Commission Podcast, co-hosted by, again, Storm, Snow Bunny Gaming, myself, and Tron of the Sick Humor and King Thrash Roundtable Podcast. That is where we talk everything gaming, all right? Everything from consoles, cloud, PC to mobile, everything. And it's Commission Rules, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. But check us out first week of April. And that's it.
All right. Let's rev up then. So here we go.
Let's do it.
We got Stefan Robitas in the house. What's going on?
Stefan, what's up?
You know what I'm saying, y'all? Let's kick this thing off, man. We got a lot to talk about. First of all, what you see on the screen right now is FIFA 21. We might as well start the show off with that in no particular order, y'all. FIFA 21, EA sports title. Third EA game on the platform, if I'm not mistaken, on the Stadia platform. And somebody once said that this right here might be the standard for all ports over here on the Stadia platform. I don't know. Like, MM2K, man. What are your thoughts on the port? And what are your thoughts on the Madden? What are your thoughts on Star Wars? What are your thoughts on EA bringing their games over to Stadia, man, one by one?
Well, I talked about this earlier in the week on Stadia Dosage. Remember there was that slight controversy about Jedi Fallen Order, and the resolutions and all that other stuff. But I remember when me and you originally played it, we enjoyed it. There may have been some issues at first, but that's where the AI machine learning makes things better. Yeah. I think that was just the tip of the iceberg as far as what EA was going to do on the platform. But damn, then came Madden, bro. And you know me now. I said Madden, even though I had to step away from it. I got my ass whooped in it a couple of weeks ago, so I stepped. But I thought that was the most impactful port. Not because Division 2 was crap. Division 2 was awesome in so many ways, and it has Stream Connect. But Madden being as big as it is and then performing as well as it does is a great thing. Now, I can't say too much on this, Storm, and I in the chat want to hear your thoughts, primarily because you've been playing it and I don't have it yet. But there's been people that have been saying that this port can't be rivaled except by PC. So that's a lot to say, and it's coming from entities that aren't the most glowing of Stadia as of late. So I think the people want to hear from Project Storm. What are your thoughts on this port, man?
Hey, I'll tell you right now, man. Let me go back to full screen for a minute. I jumped into the FIFA world years ago, and I've always liked the authentication, or you know what I mean, whatever you want to say. All right, the authentic nature of the game and all that is just so, like the physics and like the animations and the control you get over the characters, man, to do the footwork that's required to play high level soccer or football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It blows my mind, bro. And MM2K, here it is, man. Don't let me go longer than 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh no, people want to hear it, brother.
Hey, bro, we're talking about 2021, and we're talking about cloud gaming on Google Stadia.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, there's cloud gaming in other places, but we're talking about Google Stadia first and foremost, y'all. That's where we spend the most of our time. Now, with that being said, we are going to start, and we will inform you all of this later, but we're going to start thoroughly breaking down the other services as well. We're going to be spending more time over there, but we'll get into that later in the show. Listen, this right here is a mind blower for one. I'm baffled by it. The tech is still amazing. You know how we got that magical feeling in November, man? Whether you got yours day one or the 21st or the 22nd, where you got your code or whatever, right? When you finally got on Stadia and you troubleshot, if you had issues and you were able to troubleshoot and you saw the Destiny 2 and every other games running on this platform, you knew it was going to be something special, right?
Yep.
But never did I think we'll be seeing Madden, MM2K, Madden, and FIFA running the way it does on the platform. So MM, it opens my mind to the possibility now of a Battlefield 5. Shout out to Bibbidi Bop, and he's not even in the chat right now. Bibbidi loves that Battlefield 5. He's going to be, I tell you what, he's going to put 1,000 hours into it when it comes. Look, it just opens the door. If Star Wars and Madden and FIFA are already running like this, man, it just opens up that big door for EA Play. And that's what gets me so excited. But to think that we're playing this in the cloud, man, like I'm about to just say, this is not even cloud gaming. This is just gaming. That's going to be my new mantra, man. This is just gaming, because take the cloud part off. For me, I have issues, but I have issues on my console as well. I had issues yesterday syncing my Series X controller. It would shut off in the middle of gameplay. I know that's a known issue for some. I mean, if you don't believe me, look it up. But I have issues on everything. My PC not being able to open apps or games properly. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be issues with everything. Lag on my Series X, lag on my One X, lag on every console that I've ever played online, right? Latency on all of those consoles and PC as well before. So I just want to put that out there because, man, like what you're seeing, that gameplay right now on this screen, it never dropped in resolution. It never lagged. If you find a hiccup, let me know, y'all. $20 gift card for if you find me a hiccup that I can go back and confirm that it was a hiccup. $20 gift card, man. That's what I'm doing out here. Look, it's amazing, bro. The game is amazing. The atmosphere, everything is intact. 4K native, 60 FPS. Now, I still don't even believe that part. Native 4K, man. I didn't even do the research, y'all, but I hear people out here who have done the research, and I'm just going to go with them.
Dang, them graphics. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm watching your stream, bro. Golly, that's some good stuff.
Bro,
Woo.
You should have seen us live, man, when I scored that goal. I mean, I think I hit the longest goal for people, man. I'm just going to let me do half of that real quick. I'm just going to give you a demonstration of how it went, man. when I hit
and
the
this
goal,
is on Stadia, right, Storm? This is on Stadia.
Hey, Google Stadia, bro. Now look, we're gonna talk about the multiplayer component. I know some people like Sunny Cloud Gamer shout out, you know what I mean, and others who were on this, they tried it. They were able to do some multiplayer. I don't even care about the multiplayer component right now, and that's huge coming from me, somebody that's trying to get to the top 100 every year in Madden. So that's how good the game is, man. It feels like this is what we need right now as far as the world and the pandemic and everything, man, to be able to connect like this, because I don't need to go in the queue, wait for, let's see, Dazzadini, for example. What's going on, brother? Thanks for joining. Or Wrong Yeezy, thanks for joining. Or Caliber Killer. I don't have to wait for them in the queue, man. I could just say, hey, Daz, you trying to run one, man? I'll go ahead and pick Liverpool because they kick ass right now, and you pick who you want, Daz, and then we can get it in, man. We could play a tournament. We could do whatever. So it's like, yeah, the numbers are not going to always be there. And we'll talk about the numbers later, because I know that's a big red flag for some people. I don't want to say a lot, because some people don't care about multiplayer gaming at all. But the game is dope. It's magnificent. It's fantastic. It's an excellent port, man. I think I covered it all. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and highlight this chat again, man. I'm going to highlight this chat again real quick.
I'm just sitting. This got me moved so much. I got to send out a tweet. Holy crap. Who would have thought a game would look so good on a cloud platform from $0 to $100 to access? Check this. You got to check this out. You got to check this out.
And this is in 1080. Now, this right here is a download from the 4K stream that I did. If you want to check out that 4K stream, y'all, in 4K 60, just go to my channel. You know what I'm saying? It's right there for y'all to check out. This right here is the FIFA Day 2. I did a FIFA Day 1, FIFA Day 2. This is Day 2 right here, right? Had a whole lot of fun. I lost the second game or whatever, I think. And it was the best thing in the world, man. I don't even mind losing on the game. It's just it's excellent. The animations, yo, I don't know. But anyway, man, let's move on, because we'll spend another 20 minutes on that one. Shout out to EA. Shout out to EA for bringing their games over to the Stadia platform. Shout out to Stadia for going out and getting these games from AAA publishers like an EA. Because a lot of people keep telling me there's no AAA. Where are the games that people want to play?
Yeah.
That's what I keep hearing. And I've been shooting it down every day, y'all. Every day. And people still ask that question. What games can I play on Stadia? What games can I play if I sign up for Google Stadia right now? Sell me on Stadia. What games can I play? And I say, damn, dog, there's a lot of AAA games on the platform. You want me to go through the list again for you? Hey.
Exactly.
I don't know, Moss. I don't, man.
Storm, you know what kills me? And I've had to say this to many people. They say to me, Stadia is in trouble. And I'm like, why is Stadia in trouble? Because Stadia doesn't have a library. And I get perception is 9/10 of the law. So you say, okay, you don't like Stadia's library, which is all a psychological impulse. Because when people look at a library, they just want to see variety. They don't care to play all that ish. They just want to see the variety there. But here's the thing. If you're a platform that's aiming for the future, why are you going to go too far back and try to port over 6,000 games from 7 years ago? Why am I going to try to go get BioShock 1 and stuff? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are great games. I hope they come to the platform, but you're building for the future. So it's establishing the games that are coming out in the future.
Yeah.
And here's a stat that people forget about, Storm. The NPD, which is the North American litmus of video game sales. That's very important for my friends over in UK that may not be familiar with this. Y'all got to pay attention, in other regions, y'all got to pay attention to NPD, because NPD measures success of console gaming. Or NPD measures the success of gaming in console gaming's largest region. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a very important group for Stadia to do well in, is the console group in long term. Not right now, but long term, right? So if you look at the top 20 NPD games, Storm, 10 of them are multiplat, right? And out of those 10 multiplats, 8 of them are on Stadia now. So when you're talking about the future and, Stadia ain't got the AAA games, the overwhelming majority of AAA games that come out within the last, I want to say, year is on Stadia. It's just not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Except for Call of Duty. And I don't know if you want to call Roku AAA, but Roku is a big ticket game. Except for Call of Duty or Roku, all those other AAA multiplats, your Marvels, your Hitmans, now your Outriders, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the FIFAs and Maddens came later. All the Ubisoft games, they're all on this platform now. So again, if you're building for the future, there's only so much old stuff you can focus on. It's about spending that money, getting the new games on here, and people got to recognize and realize that the maybe the psychological hangups they have before they say certain things that aren't factually true.
All right, man. I like how you put that. Now, let me go through this chat, man. I'm highlighting the chat today. You know what I'm saying? Because you all are already rocking out. Hey, we got 0 games for me. I see you out there, man. I would have said it in the chat, but thank you for showing up, man. Makers of Chaos 12, always around. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Kessel Runner, also always around. Good to see you on this Saturday, man. Hey, here's the deal. We're going to back it up, y'all, because I know we didn't talk about the games that we've been playing and everything, but I told y'all this is going to be a hype one. We are going to run out of time before you know it. So get your pen and pads ready, y'all, for the live phone call portion of the show in the last 30 minutes. Yo, get your pen and pad ready because we're going to be all over the place just dropping our thoughts on these topics today. So look, what games, if you could think of a few, what games have you been playing, man, or have you just been chopping it up behind the scenes, getting this content?
No, I've been, there's been a lot of chopping up behind the scenes. I've been playing more games than I have been recently, because I've been trying out the different cloud platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But I just haven't streamed them. So, just to give you guys, and gals a peer into what I've been playing. Been playing still a lot of Immortals Phoenix Rising. On all 3 platforms. I got a little bit more into Assassin's Creed Valhalla on all 3 platforms. I've been playing, I played some NBA 2K. That was kind of quirky. That was kind of weird because I played NBA 2K21. And for me, while I was playing it, and shout out, go check out my first look on the SDON member community. Go to the Stadia Doses channel. If you're not a member, hit that join button so you can see all that great content. When I played it, for some reason, I was playing at like 15 frames per second. But when I looked at the stream storm, the stream was at 60 frames per second, which just shows you the wonder of direct stream. So even though I was having a bad experience for whatever reason, the stream was buttery smooth. Wow. So you hear me like, oh man, this is bad. This is crazy. And I know people are watching like, what the hell are you talking about? This looks good. So something to keep in the back of your mind, the wonders of the Stadia technology. And I think I may have been having a difficulty because I just think that the game was hung up because a lot of people must have been playing this game over the free weekend, man. So it's good and bad. This is double-edged sword. So hopefully they can tweak that. And hopefully there's a lot of sales because of it, and they can tweak that performance so it's good on the user end. What else did I play? I played some more one of the Lara Croft games. I can't remember. I love it. It's a great game. But I'm going to tell you, the game that got most of my time is Outriders. We're going to talk about it because it's not on Stadia yet, but I've been playing it natively on PC, and I've been playing it on GFN. So I got some interesting things to talk about there. So, yeah, a lot of gaming, a lot of just messing with stuff, mainly for the Cloud Gamer Chronicles. Shout out and look out for that, for the Stadia Doses members as well. And some interesting stuff to talk about, man.
Hey, look, man, here's the deal, y'all. We're going to stop the show real quick because we got two special guests in the building, man. First is Main Ether saying peace to all the real gamers. Now, this is Main Ether. I know Main Ether in real life. Main Ether's out there. He just copped some PCs and everything. This brother might be in the content creation soon, so look out for Main Ether. You talking about the real, man. Check it out. That's first and foremost. Then on the same plane, we got Doc Dark 1985 in the building, man. Saying, damn, I'm late to this. My bad. Yo, you right on time, bro.
You right on time, brother.
You right on time because we might be talking about some Doc Dark in a little bit later on, man. So,
I think we got some Dark talking the notes, huh? We might.
I think we do.
Bit.
So here's the deal, y'all. If you haven't subscribed to the brother, man, first of all, MM2K, YouTube, call YouTube, man. What the hell is going on around here, man? Can you call YouTube about why
I don't know. Hey,
Dark is not a mod?
YouTube is cutting up.
Hold on, man. Why? I'll call him. Hold on.
Up.
Hold on. I'll call him. Hold on. Bring, bring. Hey, yo, YouTube. Let me holler at you real quick. Can you tell me I just want to know one thing that you can get back to, putting copyright claims on my videos and all that. Hey, yo, why the hell is Dark 1985 not a moderator, man?
Oh, they cutting up, man.
Like, why the hell is Dark not a moderator? Why the hell is Victor Del Maestro not a moderator?
Not a moderator, man.
Man, hold on. Caliber Killer is not one. Hey, look, you two, y'all got to do better, man. Just don't let it happen again. I appreciate it. So,
all right, it's fake.
Now that that's taken care of, man.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on this Outriders, bro? Since you mentioned it, let's get into it, man.
Yeah. Oh my God. Look, it's right up my alley. It's not the exact experience that I was hoping from Anthem, but it's deriving the same emotion that I was hoping to get from Anthem. A game that I really can't put down, that I really want to play, third person action game where you get to like traverse the terrain and do some looting and some shooting, right up my alley. And, one that you can really enjoy with friends. So I'm having a fantastic time with the game. I'm loving the demo. And really, I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be my new Division 2 once this game drops. You're going to see nothing but MM2K Outrider streams. You're going to see it 24/7. We know that, what's it called? Stadia Doses streams kind of went on hiatus. You ain't got to worry about that in a week or so. It's going to be live and bumping. And MM2K Videos channel, because I'm going to love playing this on PC as well natively. It's going to be two great experiences. So, yeah, I'm loving this demo so far.
All right, so check it out, man. We got some more mods in the house that have earned their stripes, man. You've earned that blue label. If you got that blue label on your name right now, man, that's because you've been around, and I noticed that you've been kicking it with everything PNTS, So we're gonna move on, y'all. I didn't even talk about the games I wanted to play. I told y'all it's a jam-packed show, and when we start talking fast, and when we stop like throwing shots at each other live on air, me and MM2K, man, we're busy as hell. We're trying to bring y'all this content. So look, the games I've been playing, man, and I really want y'all to pay attention to this one right here. All right, it is not on Stadia, but I'm gonna come back to Stadia. Star Wars Rogue Squadron PC. Last night I jumped into the game like, man, let me see what it's about. And I'm probably gonna get sick. Daz know what I'm talking about. If Daz Adini's still here, he knows what I'm talking about, man. About getting sick with the motion sickness and all that. Hey, yo, the game was beautiful. It's beautiful. It's smooth to play. I was playing at 1440p, 120 frames per second. Yo, that game is brilliant. I'm just going to keep it like that, y'all. You will be seeing me make some videos of that in the near future, so stay tuned. Dominicano. Hey, YouTube.
You have to call him again, brother. YouTube is tripping today, man. I don't know what's going on.
Why the hell is Dominicano, who's a member on the Stadia Doses News channel, not a moderator?
That's crazy, bro.
Over here on really Project Storm's channel, man. All right, so that's taken care of. So if you see, you might have the moderator tag by your name as I was cycling through. Hey, yo, but let's get back onto it, on track and everything.
Yep.
We had a partnership that happened, man. Lenovo. Are you familiar with them?
Yeah, I'm familiar with them. They sound a little familiar, brother. Just a little, just a tad.
Okay. And I'm hearing that Lenovo and Stadia made this partnership happen. Some people are downplaying this move, saying Lenovo doesn't know what Stadia is. I saw that on Twitter and everything. Thanks to you, brother. I responded to it and it just was baffled and everything. But it was one line in particular that I paid attention to, man. Now, I don't have the line in front of me. It's one thing that I forgot to put right here in front of me so I can read it exactly what it was. But you know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, I think a matter of fact, I might be able to pull it up for you, good brother.
Yeah,
Just give me a
please.
moment.
Please, man, because I want people to understand what this partnership really means and what it means to me, you know? So,
Hmm.
because Lenovo is basically in the PC space, right?
Yep. So here's what's going on, man. Lenovo makes they make some serious PC gaming rigs from time to time. I believe I may have had one Lenovo rig in my lifetime, and which is cool, right? With that being said, they partnered with Stadia, which again, that leads off to a whole different podcast or a whole different subject matter of, again, the evidence that Stadia has a long-term plan. They're making long-term partnerships for long-term purposes, but that's a whole nother podcast, Storm. We won't get into that just yet, right?
Right.
But we had people. I get there's some people, Storm, that are disappointed because they wanted Stadia to go down one track, and I get that, and there's nothing wrong with having those discussions.
Yeah.
But because they're disappointed, they're trying to spell doom and gloom for the platform, or they're trying to say that Stadia doesn't know what they're doing, or people that are doing partnerships with like these multi-billion-dollar companies are now dumb, and you behind the typewriter, all of a sudden you're the super genius. Now you're the you're the Zig Ziglar of the financial world, right? Like, stop it. They got into this partnership. They felt it was a viable partnership for its gamers. Android Police unfortunately dropped the article, and I got it up here on the screen now, Storm. If you can go to the Moz view, and I can
I'm gonna go to
show
the
it.
Moss view, man. All right,
Okay.
hold on 1 second. Initiating.
So they got it up.
Hold on, man. Hold up, man. Initiating Moss view.
Uh-oh.
Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure. Let me get this up and Discord. And
Chariot Man, what's going on, Chariot Man?
It should be here if I hit the right button, man. Check the stream out. Let me know, y'all.
We're gonna see. Okay, I'm going soon because I know we did the test, and I know when we do the test, everything always works out right, Storm.
I think they can see it, man. So go ahead and do your thing.
Cool. So I put out a tweet and I said unplug from what you say, because that's a whole nother story. I had to unplug from Twitter because it was getting crazy out here. But this is the story from Android Police. It says Lenovo gives away 3 months of Stadia Pro with gaming PCs because Lenovo doesn't know what Stadia is, right?
Right.
So then, hold on. Shout out to the homie Ben Shu. Now, if y'all been following me, y'all know me and Ben Shu. I mean, it's nothing personal for me, but we've had some very shrewd words back and forth about some of their articles and the clickbait nature of the titles and all of this stuff. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate 9 to 5 Google. You know, I love most of their work, and when I don't like it and I think it needs to be brought up, I talk about it. That's all.
Yeah, I was checking them out this morning. I was checking them out this morning.
Exactly. Yeah, we was just checking out this morning. You know, some stuff that they were doing, some things we agree with, some things we don't agree with. Whatever. You know, it's their right to put out there what they put out there. It's just that at times some things need clarity and separation from the rhetoric, and that's what we do here. So anyway, shout out to even Ben Shu, who's had words with MM2K. He says to Android Police, now literally, the first paragraph of the press release tells you they know what they're talking. They know why they got into this partnership. Let me read it to you. Lenovo has teamed up with Google to offer 3 months of free access to Stadia Pro, the cloud gaming subscription service offered by Google on new Lenovo Legion and IdeaPad gaming PCs. By collaborating with Stadia, Lenovo continues a long-standing strategy of offering gamers worldwide more choice in how and where they play.
Wow.
So you know, because Android Police dropped the ball on that one. You know they got to get the Martin face, Storm. They got to get the Martin face. Like, come on,
hey, look,
man.
Look, man. Hey, MM, you just made me realize something, bro.
What's
All
that,
right.
brother?
Now let me go back to the chat, man. Then we'll come back
Shout
and
out to the
highlight
chat.
something else, whatever, later, right? So let me go back to the chat. Hey, check it out. So I remember being told that cloud gaming was going to kill off. It threatens to kill off PC gaming and console gaming, right?
Yep.
So I wonder if people are starting to look at that like, yo, what the hell is this about, Lenovo? Why would you partner with Google Stadia when we're trying our best to kill it the hell off? What are y'all doing out here?
Yep.
You're going against the narrative to kill Stadia. You know what I'm saying? We want it dead now. So if you think about that, man, that's not going to rub people the right way. Some
Exactly.
people, you know what I mean? How dare you, a PC known company, to link up with Google Stadia, man? So I just want to throw that part out there for people to think about, because I do feel like there's some good reasons why people hate Stadia and they want it dead. There's good reasons.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
There's good reasons why they want it dead, and most of them comes from fear. And shout out to Doc Dark again, man. He made a video about the word fear and how it relates to Game Pass and everything.
People in
like
Game
that.
Pass. Yeah, exactly. Great video.
So, and see, watching Doc's content, man, I'm telling y'all, I can relate to it because this is how I feel in the Stadia space. You know what I mean? Like people are threatened by this new technology that came from out of nowhere, slapping other technology around that's been in the works for years by well-known brands and entities and all that, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is why for people who don't know, who still might need a little bit of clarity of why people want Stadia dead so much, because why would you want the potential GOAT to live? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, so I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going too far with that, with my statements and everything, but
no, you hitting it. Here's something else real quick, Storm, because you hit it right on the nail. I mean, that was a perfect, and I'm glad you brought it up that way because I wasn't even thinking in that realm. I was just thinking it was a crack at Stadia, but when you look deeper at the root at it, what you said makes perfect sense. But here's what doesn't make perfect sense. The fact that they feel that way, that they have that fear. Number one, cloud gaming is not coming. It's not the boogeyman coming to take away your devices in the middle of the night, creeping up under your bed anytime soon. We got a while before that happens. As a matter of fact, even with the advent of music streaming, you can still walk into a Walmart and buy your favorite CD there if you want it. So you know what I'm saying? It's still going to be there. That's problem one. Problem two is, Storm, is that the fact that people want to fight this. You can get mad at Stadia all you want. Don't get mad at Stadia for noticing the reality. Like when we say Stadia looks to be building a long-term plan, to just changing their business model, and people get mad at me and you, Storm, for saying that. Don't get mad at us. Get mad at Phil Spencer and even the developer Martin Stratton from id that says that. The people that are in the know, from Shannon Studstill, who dropped a hell of an interview earlier this week that hinted towards that. Don't get mad at us for following the facts, and don't get mad at cloud gaming because it's starting to reach an apex to where gamers are like, oh man, this is really the real deal. For the simple fact that NVIDIA, the biggest makers of GPUs, they created GeForce Now for the simple fact that they realized, Storm, that cloud gaming is going to threaten the daddy device market. And they don't want to be left like how Blockbuster was when Netflix came. They're not afraid of change because they want to make money. So y'all can be living in the caveman land, discovering how to make fire and trying to reinvent the wheel. The rest of us is going to be moving on into the future. You know what I'm saying? You'll still be able to be a caveman and dressed up in tiger skins. That's not going away. But the rest of us want to move into the future, Storm. So I think you hit it right on the nail.
No, you just hit it. I'm just going to jump right back and catch that alley-oop off the backboard, right side. Bam! Yo, you just touched on something, man, because I get into this discussion like every week now about people who choose to stay, the traditional gamers is what I'm going to call them, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The traditional gamers don't want to see change, MM2K, but because of the evolution and the enthusiasts and those visionary gamers and all of that, this is why we have some of the things that we have in place today. in the world of gaming. So I just encourage people to try to think on those lines as well, man. Well, if we don't evolve, we might be missing out on the next biggest thing, you know?
Yep.
Like, so I know that's a whole nother conversation for another day, man. But great point, bro. Now, we're going to jump into some of the games that's coming, and we're doing good on time. We're doing real good on time. I'm proud of it, man.
Yes, we are.
So
it's gonna be a great show, man.
Yeah, in no particular order, bro. We're going to jump into these games, and we're gonna talk about how we feel about these games coming to the platform and whether they have a place on the platform. You know what I'm saying? All right, so here we go. The first game in no particular order is, and I might say it wrong, it might be Terraria, but I've heard people say Terraria. So I'll call it Terraria. That's just, y'all know what I'm talking about right there. Over 30 million copies sold across all platforms, man. Terraria. Dragon Quest 11. I don't know my Roman numerals like that, but I think that's 11 or whatever.
That is 11. Yes, sir.
Over 6 million copies sold. Wow. Now this might have been September 20, and I should have had those links, but y'all, you can find them, y'all. I encourage people, look stuff up. Don't take MM2K's word for it. Don't take Project Storm's word for this stuff. Do a little bit of research, man.
Yes.
I'm getting better with this research game because I can't be out here listening to, let me pick somebody in the chat. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me get this chat. I can't always be listening to Zero Games for me, man. I can't. If Zero says you are awesome, Rock with great content yourself and all that, right? Shout out to Rock in the building who stopped by to check out my gameplay the other day, man. The FIFA gameplay and everything, y'all. Shout out.
Yep.
Check out the brother's content, man. Y'all know what it is.
Absolutely.
If you don't know by now, y'all better get over there and stop playing around, man. Him, Dazzadini, and other people, man. Come on, man. Y'all better get it together, right? Now, so don't take our word for stuff all the time. Get out there. Use your fingers. Use that technology that we're talking about, man. Research. Yes. Do a little bit of research of your own. Look into Stadia. Look into the moves. Look into the games that's coming. All that stuff, man. So that way, because I had to do it with GeForce Now, Luna, and PS Now, and all that Shadow. I had to do this, the research, so that I could speak on those properly, right? So that's where I'm coming from, man. But the games are coming, MM2K. We also have Disco Elysium, slated for March 30th, I heard. Shout out to Sunny Cloud Gaming. I was watching the video. He dropped that date. So I think that's the date that we have, y'all. And I know I'm missing a couple or a few more of these games, y'all. But it seems like games are coming, that people seem to like. They don't always have to be AAA bangers, in my opinion, y'all. It's all about the fan base that likes these games, because one thing I know for sure is people will play Skyrim. Let's go to xCloud or Game Pass for a minute. People love the hell out of Skyrim, including me. I've already completed it. Skyrim's coming to Game Pass. It's already there now, y'all. You can play it if you haven't jumped into it already. If it's a game that you've always wanted to jump into, but you were so busy playing your favorite multiplayer game, well, now you have access to that. So we have to look at it the same way when it comes to Stadia. We have to look at it the same way when it comes to GFN and Luna and all that stuff, right? When they get these games. So I don't know. Those are just my thoughts, man. What do you think about the potential impact of the games that I just mentioned and others that I definitely forgot about? But I will probably bring them up later on when I do my research again. But there's some other games that's coming as well, man. What's your thoughts on them?
I mean, these are games that are on other platforms. So, it's not going to necessarily have the impact. Okay, no, let me rephrase that, because I was coming out completely wrong. There's two types of games that Stadia needs right now, and those games that you named are great for one type of game. They're needed, but there's another type of game. So there's type A and then there's type B. So I'm going to go with type B. Type B is the day and date, big ticket games. Stadia needs to get them either day and date or very close to them dropping, right? The either or. More preferably day and date, like how they're getting Outriders. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be important, because it could, every time that they do that, they could potentially have the same impact that Cyberpunk 2077 is having. Still great fidelity, a great way to play it on any screen that you go to. And I make this analogy, or I make this comparison on Stadia dosage, where you might, when you boot up Outriders, and Storm, you're a witness to this because you said you might be getting Outriders on the Series X as well.
Yes.
When you boot up
it's on Game Pass. I'm gonna check it out over there, and I'm gonna have to.
Oh yeah, that is right. Yeah,
that is Stadia, man, because I rock.
That is right. Now, my question is, which I don't know, is there a 9th gen version? Is there a next gen version of Outriders, or is it just or is this only an 8th gen version?
I haven't heard anything about it, bro, but I have heard that Stadia is going to be. I heard some 4K rumblings on the Stadia version and all that stuff.
Oh, this 4K.
So I'm wondering. Hey, look, I just heard that buzz now that it's coming at 4K. Now people want to know. Now the question is if it's going to be 60 FPS. I would say so, but we'll see, y'all. If it does come out at 60, which I don't see why it wouldn't, when we see what EA is doing with FIFA and all that stuff. I think now Stadia is beginning to turn that corner. But I don't want to cut you off. I have time to get into that later, man. Go ahead and share your thoughts.
No, I was curious because if there is a 9th gen version of Outriders, my question is what version is going to be in Game Pass? Like, remember when what was it? NBA 2K dropped in the Game Pass and everybody was excited until they found out it was the last gen version.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's going to happen. So that's something else to take into consideration, but whatever. But there's those type of games that they need, Stadia needs, but they also need a very unique back catalog too. That's why I said earlier, you don't want to go too far back. You can't bring 7,000 games to the platform. That's just unfortunately a waste of resources. You pick the best out of the best. Like I would love to see a BioShock collection on. You know what I'm saying? There are just some gems on there. I would love to see the Mass Effect remake is going to be a new game. I'd love to see that. But there are some gems that you would like to see on the platform. That being said, there's the type A games, which is the fathomable backlog. The games that after you beat a Cyberpunk and you're like, oh, what else do I want to play or what else can I lean on? It's these type of games. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think Stadia is maybe struggling a little bit. They're not struggling with the day and date AAA games. People say, oh, they need more AAA. They're getting not all, but the majority of the new AAA games coming to the platform, they're coming to Stadia and now they're coming day and date. They're either here or they're coming day and date. What Stadia needs to do is they need to get those games that when people go, okay, I'm done with Cyberpunk or I'm done with Outriders. What can I play next? Those crutch games, those catalog games. Now, games like Terraria are great to have. Games like Dragon Quest are great to have. I think it would be better to, which, again, you got to, this is a marathon, not a sprint. It'll be better though when they start getting those ultimate crutch games like Apex Legends, the Overwatch, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Those other ticket battle royale games, of course, the Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying?
Siege and all that.
Rainbow Six Siege, bro, yeah. And hopefully that Siege comes sooner rather than later, But with that said, I like these choices. I like these games. I know Terraria had some controversy, but it is what it is. Or Terraria on the platform.
Let's talk about that controversy for a minute, man, if you don't mind, bro. Yeah. So I remember people swearing that, hey, this is what I'm talking about. Another example of why Stadia is going to be in the graveyard soon and all that stuff, man. And I'm up here trying to remind people hey, things could change, this person's upset right now. They could work this out. Exactly. Google reached out to them, as we know, MM2K. And they reached out to them, right? Like they have been doing lately, it seems, because they've been correcting people's mistakes and all that stuff. We saw examples of that recently. So I'm like, yo, man, wait a minute, pump your brakes or whatever. I know you want it dead. I know you want Stadia dead, but this stuff can be fixed, man. Everybody, they're human beings. You know what I'm saying? Grace Yang and everybody tries to remind us of that, man. They're humans as well. You know what I'm So it's just another thing to think about, man. Now here we are with the game on the platform. After all that, and everybody had their parade of laughter and everything and ridicule against Stadia and all that stuff, man. And here's the game on the platform. But I'm not hearing about that. I'm not hearing anybody say, hey, I'm sorry for what I said. Sorry for laughing and saying that Stadia's doomed. They can't even get to Terraria on the platform. Wow. Remember all that noise was out there, bro. It was out there. So I don't know. I just wanted to chime in.
But the funny thing about the Storm is that, and I can't remember who put it out there, but somebody put it on Twitter. There's like, shout out to the media for y'all being as vocally loud about Terraria actually coming to the platform as y'all was when it was being yanked from the platform. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't see whenever there's the good news about, and I track the news. I track it. I can't speak to exactly how I track it because it's using sources that I ain't allowed to reveal. But I track the news heavily. And I can tell you that Terraria actually coming on the platform, which if the news media wanted to spin it, they could have spun it. They could have said, "Oh my goodness, look at this! Terraria owner backtracks on." You know what I'm saying? They could have made it some clickbait if they wanted to. But see, if they would have done it that way, it would have been clickbait in favor of Stadia, and they don't want. They clearly don't want to do that for some reason. So, yeah, you don't hear this type of stuff, Storm. We're going to talk about GFN too. There's a lot of great stuff to talk about GFN, but then there's news about GFN that ain't getting the coverage that it should. But had it been Stadia, it would have been a club fest.
Oh man.
So it is what it is. But thank goodness we have SML Podcast. We have Stadia Dosage.
Mm-hmm.
We have SBCN.
Mm-hmm.
We got our homie Rock, and we got all the other entities out there that are showing the greatness of Stadia as a platform, and they're here to not necessarily drown out, but to severely contrast the notion by what I feel is a vocal minority, people that are disappointed with the platform, that wanted it to go in a different direction and have their viewpoints and opinions, which are fine. But we don't want that vocal minority because they're in the ethos of how we get information disseminated to us. We don't want that vocal minority to paint this picture like it's the majority of the Stadia community that feels this way.
Yeah.
All the active Stadia channels show that's not the case. So that's why we are doing what we do.
But I could tell you it seems that, and I could be wrong, man. This is where you're going to need to help me out. Chat, help me out. Somebody help me out,
Help
right?
'em out.
Because see, here it is, y'all. What I've been noticing is because of all this negative news out there, you know what I'm saying? The double N, the negative news, right? Regarding Stadia is out there, right? It appears to me, and I'm just Project Storm. Y'all know who I am, right? It appears to me that some people are saying, oh, now xCloud is the most tremendous value in the business. I am heavily considering or have already invested now in xCloud. Not xCloud, but Game Pass and xCloud and all that stuff, the whole Xbox camp, right? Now, I just want to throw this out there because, remember, you know we keep it real, bro, and we put it on wax when it's time to put it on wax, man. Are you ready to? I need to know, bro. Hold on, let me take my time with this one, man. Because we're doing business together, we're having fun doing it, right? Are you ready to go over there and jump on Xbox as well, bro? Because I know how you felt about Xbox, but these days, I want to know if you're just ready to pack it up on Stadia, because at one point, I remember people saying, Stadia, yo, it's the truth, it's the future and everything, and I'm so happy to be here in this community and be a part of this, so, bro, can you help me out right now? Let us know. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, man, but are you ready to pack your bags and head on over to the green side? Are you ready to join Doc Dark and the team, man, over there? You know? and shout out to Doc because, you know, Doc's, even though he's an Xbox guy, he had that controller in his hand. I was so happy to see the controller right by the TV, man.
Yeah, yes.
Sitting there on the left side of the damn TV, y'all. I watched the videos, man. So, are you ready to jump ship and pack up?
Shout out to Doc Dark. I want to say, before I answer that, I want to say Doc Dark has done some of the most impactful advertisement of the Stadia experience. I don't want to label it like he's advertising for Stadia, like he's some paid shill. No, he's giving you a peer beyond the veil of the Stadia experience.
Right.
A lot of it good, some cons, you know what I'm saying? But at least it's accurate. That's what we want. Now, why is that important, Storm? To answer your question, why is that important? Because I feel like you have, again, a vocal minority, which they're entitled to their opinions, but they wanted Stadia to go down a certain path.
Right.
And when Stadia didn't go down the path that they wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
They felt disappointed and they felt scorned.
Got it. And I
And now,
understand. I understand. Trust me. You know, I've said it. I understand why they think the way they
yeah,
do.
you can feel the way that you feel, and you can't. I've always said, Storm, you can't be wrong for your opinions,
Mm-hmm.
but you can be judged on how you voice them.
Mm-hmm.
What do I mean by that? I gave an example earlier this week. Say, I don't know how many of you are Game of Thrones fans, but for those, I'm not going to spoil anything, but for those that follow Game of Thrones, y'all do know that one of the more crazier things about the series is that they have steadfast cast members that die. You know, like, oh my goodness, you killed this guy was the main character. That's and it was always who is next. That was always one of the main things about Game of Thrones. So, Storm, if I were to come on the scene to a Game of Thrones convention with a lot of Game of Thrones fan, and I say, you know what? I feel that Game of Thrones shouldn't kill anybody else. And I feel that Game of Thrones shouldn't be violent at all, and it should become a musical.
Yes, sir.
I'm entitled to my opinion. And people may be like, oh, okay. But if I hop on the stage on this convention and I pull the mic from the speaker and I'm like, wait a minute, stop what you're doing. Take off your cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
I now announce the state that Game of Thrones should be a musical with no violence, no more deaths. And we're not going to continue this convention until you listen to what I'm saying. You're going to look at me and say, okay, I'm going to be judged for that, rightfully so. So what I'm saying, and the reason why I'm making that contrast is because that is synonymous to what we're seeing out here in the community a lot.
And it's
we have a lot of
people. Yeah, I was going to say MMM's different than if you just having choice, man. Having choice.
Yeah.
Like Lenovo was trying, like that
exactly.
piece that we just covered,
There's
right?
There's
nothing wrong with that.
Wrong.
Y'all know I got an Xbox Series X, man. Y'all know I had the Xbox One X. You know I don't hate on Xbox like that. I hate on the people who say the crazy stuff about Stadia, knowing that Xbox is not perfect. Now, I will hate on that. I won't even hate on it. I just correct that. I try to. But go ahead, man.
That's the point of it all, is that you could tell there's something in the ethos for that vocal minority to where they can't just enjoy Xbox, or they can't just enjoy GFN, or they can't just enjoy Luna. By them enjoying anything Luna has or those subsequent platforms have, it automatically means death to Xbox. Not just, oh, man. I mean, not death to Xbox, death to Stadia. Not just, oh,
Xbox
man.
has been in that boat before, too. I remember.
Yeah, they have been, yeah. But And with that said, shout out to Doc Dark 6 that's pointing out equivalencies in that about people having fear or having angst or anger. It's just not a right approach. Cloud gaming has such a low barrier to entry. There's enough room for multiple people in here. Maybe not for everybody, but multiple people. So just because Amazon Luna got Kingdom Come Deliverance, is that the ending of Stadia? No, but you'll go to certain sectors and they'll talk that way. Just because GFN got the Outriders demo, is that the end of Stadia? No, but you'll go to certain sectors and you'll hear people talk that way. And just because Bethesda dropped a bunch of older Bethesda titles in xCloud, does that mean the end of Stadia? No, because I may want new stuff like my brother Doc Dark 1985 said, who is an Xbox gamer who said, I can't pick up xCloud anymore while there's this gap between its performance and Stadia.
And he also
I'm going to listen to somebody like him.
That it's hard, as long as there's games in the Stadia library that he wants to play, he can't see himself playing those games on xCloud as it stands right now.
Exactly. So that right there tells you. Now, he didn't say because of that he's throwing his Xbox in the sea. It's just that the best option for him when it comes to the cloud gaming experience is Stadia. But his overall at-home gaming experience, he's going to utilize Xbox. Mm-hmm. So they both can coexist. So again, I said all that to say this, Storm. Be leery of that vocal minority that tries to make it seem like that everything positive somewhere else means death to Stadia. It's not a zero-sum game. You can have positives to Luna that don't affect GFN and Stadia, positive as Xbox that don't affect nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're still in the development phase of cloud gaming, and we should look at positives for any platform as a positive for all of them. Why? Because the rest of them will watch it, and that's going to force them to do better. And that's why Dark 1985's video today was so fantastic. I don't know if we want to get into it yet, but that's because he said, we want Stadia to succeed, because if Stadia succeeds, then everybody knows that its performance is the standard bearer, and I want xCloud to perform like this. This is how we want it. Exactly.
MM2K.
And that's why, look.
Yo, bro, go ahead, man. Because you know I'm trying to get some of this action. Man.
I know. I'm in my bag right now. I'm not trying to be mean.
Stay in the bag.
I'm not trying to be mean to anybody's opinion, but like I said, you can be judged on how you portray, or at the length that you go to portray your opinion. If every time something happens well for one platform means the death to Stadia, you are not contributing to the uplifting of technology. You point out something being good and then present it as in hopes that everybody else will follow. Mm-hmm. Like, just because Stadia's tech is so good and I don't get ghosting or artifacting like how I do on other platforms, I don't say it's the death of GFN. I've never said that. I say I hope GFN gets this way. This is the perspective that there should be. You can't be wrong for your opinions, but how they're portrayed and how you cascade them, that's the issue. And that's what I think everybody should pay attention to. And be a Dark 6. Don't be Dark 1985. My bad.
Don't put the 6 on it, man. We talked about this already, man. Hey, Doc,
I know. I talked about it.
Get at him, Doc, when you watch this, man. Hopefully you still checking it out. Get at him.
Be a Dark 1985. Don't be that vocal minority. Rising tides lift all boats. And that's the perspective that we should have. Just because something's good for Stadia doesn't mean the end of GFN and vice versa. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Man, well said. Well said. And why do we talk about this? Well, it's because it's a part of what we do. It's a part of that community that people used to cherish, right? They used to stop by. Hey, oh, y'all, I won't even talk to MM2K. I'm gonna talk to the chat and those in the community, right? Remember the days when people used to seem like they seemed to love the fact that the community was so positive and so excited about this new platform that was Stadia. Remember those days when everything used to be, hey, brother, hey, sister, hey, yeah, this right here is great. Yeah, come on over right here. Check out everybody's content and all that. But what happened to those days is what I'm asking. That's why I'm bringing that up, man. I'm bringing that up because, yes, we still have content creators making their content, and they're doing a hell of a job. They're putting the time into it. It's hard, you know what I mean, dealing with family on top of this, trying to bring y'all whatever Stadia news or whatever we could pump out. You know what I'm saying? And again, something just seems off, man. It seems off, and that's why I had to bring this up, because if we don't bring it up, we're sitting on our hands. We have the zip tie on our mouth. You know what I'm saying? We're not. What are we not gonna? We're not gonna speak on these real deals, but we're gonna speak on the latest Game Pass news or the latest Luna moves and all that stuff. But we're not gonna talk about what might be detrimental to the house that we built, the house that we allow others to visit, and came in and we treated them like family. Now, hold on, MM2K, before you say anything, man, think about that, man. Like, I really want y'all to think about that, man. Because people say they care. Hold up. People say they care. And this is not a shot at any individual, man. Y'all know me. I'll say, look, man, here's an example.
It's the thought process.
Yeah, you know me. I'll put an example out there if I really was going to call somebody out specifically. And I would do that respectfully and would advise them to call me out on my BS. I've said it before, man. Call me out. Let me know. Hit me up on a DM. Bring me on the show if you need to. Whatever the case is, man. But we had to have a real conversation, because I keep asking the question and nobody's answering it. If Stadia dies tomorrow, who killed it?
Ooh, Jesus! You know what? I do. I want to touch that much more.
If
I know we keep it
dies
real.
Tomorrow, who contributed to that death?
Woo!
Now, hey, hold up, man. Let me get real, man. I told you how it was gonna go. Y'all know how I do, man.
Getting in this bag.
Let me get real. I saw so many I love Stadia's. Stadia's fire. I'm all about Stadia. It's Stadia, Team Stadia, all this Stadia, right? But then one day, Luna came and GeForce Now came and xCloud came. And it's okay for them to come and be more appealing.
Yeah.
But are you going to leave your main chick or your main guy, right? Because the next person might look good and move good? And you don't know them, you haven't put that time and you haven't put them 20 years in, man, like I did with my wife, 20 plus years, right? But if I see fine ass Regina walking down the street, I'm not going after Regina. I don't know who she's been with, what's been going on in her life, what problems she's about to bring. Yo, I'm gonna do some research. Hey, yo, this Regina kid, yo, maybe we could be cool. Yeah. We could work together as a business team or something like. So you get what I'm saying, y'all? I'm not ready to abandon what I know because I put the hours in. Now I'm talking about the people that put the hours in. If you didn't put the hours in, I ain't even talking to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about people that put the hours in, man, who had the founders tag by their names and everything. Shout out to all them founders out there. For everybody that came in because they heard MM2K and Project Storm talking one Saturday or one Thursday or one Wednesday, and they said, damn, yo, I never thought about Stadia like this. Let me give it a shot. Hey, Eddie Player One and whoever, how do I set this up again, bro? Hey, Stadia Cast, how do I get the HDMI? What splitter do I need again to stream? Man, I want to do some content. I mean, hey, Sunny Cloud Gaming, man, what's your thoughts on this right here? Hey, Cloud Gaming Extreme, what's going on? Stadia Revolution, why do you keep it so real? 6-4, man. Shout out, brother, I respect you. Megatron X, man. Link TV, 24 hours. You see what I'm saying? The list goes on and on and on. We're going to forget about all that, man? Hold on, man. Because I'm going to walk away and get some water in a minute, but we're going to forget about all that shit right there, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Now, we're talking about we care. Now, we all do this for the love of gaming, I hope. I hope we do this for the love of gaming, man.
Love of gaming, yeah.
I hope we do this for the love of gaming. Because y'all see me out here. Look, man, and I'm not going to rant and I'm not going to cry. I promise you, right? But y'all see me out here. I'm trying my best, man. I break down Stadia versus Luna. We're going to segue right into that, too. Stadia versus Luna, man, I'm trying to showcase Luna. I went in and found out the settings that was wrong on GeForce Now. I put that out there, y'all. My bit rate wasn't on 50 megabits per second. It was on 35, but that's automatic. So I was thinking it was going to automatically give me the highest bit rate possible. I found that out. It looks better, but it's still not there to the point where we should be trashing Stadia over GeForce Now, in my opinion, y'all.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like this that I had to call out, man. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. We're going to keep it real or we're going to keep on acting, man.
Here's the problem that I see. I mean, a lot of people were pointing this out in some things that, in some information or some thoughts that cascaded this week, that when you have that attitude of X happening good here means the death of Stadia, that sends a signal to the unsuspecting gamer like, oh, yeah, well, you're part of the community and you're a pillar and you're rejecting Stadia or you're speaking in absolutes about its demise or its stagnation, you know what I mean? Then this must be across the board because you're speaking so definitively. And if it's across the board, then I'm going to stay away, right? And the problem with that is when you only do that to Stadia and you don't do that to anybody else, you then help, like Storm said, you help kill Stadia. And I don't think that that's what's going to happen, but let's just play devil's advocate. If Stadia is gone, like my homie Doc Dark said, he's an Xbox gamer, and I'd rather listen to him as a tried and true Xbox gamer, not these newbie Xbox gamers. You know what I'm saying? I like to listen to people with lineage. Like someone told me, he said, man, I like that there's these kid preachers up here, but I can't sit there and listen to no kid preacher. A kid ain't been through nothing in his life. I want to listen to somebody that been through something in their life. So when it comes to this gaming stuff, I want to listen to people that got experience. And Doc Dark got experience with Xbox, right? So, like Doc Dark said, he wants to see Stadia grow because his preferred platform is only going to get better in that long end. So if we go choke off Stadia and try to deny it of the things that is contributing to the cloud gaming space, and let's just say if what y'all want to happen works and it dies and it fizzles off, then guess what happens? the tech that was a standard for the community no longer is a standard. Because nobody has to fight for that. The signal that you send to these other platforms is, oh, we shouldn't even work towards having tech like that because that's not what you want. Y'all done killed off Stadia. What y'all want is just a bunch of games on the cloud. That's what y'all want, so that's what we're going to do. And that's not pushing the tech forward. Stadia needs to exist. GFN needs to be successful. Luna needs to be successful. I'm glad to see PlayStation Now getting better. These platforms, the more that they are successful, the better it is for whichever one is your preferred platform. So y'all need to look in the mirror and think twice before y'all make everything positive elsewhere a death ring to Stadia. Because
here it is.
Stadia is the option, Storm. You can buy a la carte. You can do subscription. You can do like a games with gold model. So I don't get the point of trying to kill it off. But that's just me.
But you know what, man? I'm happy that Rock knows me, man. I hope people know me the same way, man. Of course, we all don't know each other in real life like that. Some of us might, you know what I mean? But we've been out here putting these hours in. I could tell you a lot of things about Rock. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you what Rock just went through because he shares that, you know what I'm saying, and everything, right? But he just hit it right here. He said, Storm's talking about creators, not players. Exactly right. Of course, you should play where you want. I do that, Rock. So you damn right. So, you know what I mean? But as a creator, you decide to drop Stadia, all right? If you decide to drop Stadia, don't spend the next month trying to kill Stadia. That's shallow.
Yeah.
Now, because I'm guilty, y'all. I've had my fun, and I laughed at different things when it came to Luna. And it was only because, you know, it was kind of tit for tat at the time. Like, I was like, hold on, wait a minute, MM2K, wait a minute. Remember when they said this about Stadia? But now, Luna's out here, and they're doing this, and they're saying this, or Luna has shortcomings, and they're not. You know what I'm saying? Then I thought about it. I'm like, Rock is out here. Duncan's out here. Ashes to Ashes is out here. They're trying to positively race the rod. They're trying to positively, you know, call it like it is with Luna. So, man, I got to cut that dumb shit out, man. Let me step back a little bit and understand that we need all these cloud services and everything to succeed. And like you said earlier, without xCloud doing better and being the titan that it can be in the cloud space, then that kind of like brings Stadia down a level or two. You know what I'm saying? Because now, who does Stadia have to push them and motivate them to do better, man?
Exactly.
So that's where I'm coming from. It's not like, you know, hey, you don't like Stadia, go somewhere else. Yeah, we all have choices, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Y'all been watching. If you haven't been watching the show, man, check it out, subscribe, turn notifications on and everything so you can catch up and all that, man. Because what I'm trying to do here is keep it as real as possible, man. Like, these are the conversations that you don't really hear a lot. We talk about the ups and downs. We talk about the numbers and everything. We talk about, you know, the news and everything. But, you know, I think there's more to it. There's more to it than just on the surface. You know what I'm saying? What's on the surface or whatever. Now, MM, if you don't have anything else on that, man, we can move on. But that's something that I feel like.
Well, I was just gonna say, are you ready? Because it's a quarter after. We can open up phone lines now.
Let's open them up. We could open them up now as we go ahead and jump into the next topic, man. We could definitely do that.
Okay, so we're opening up phone lines. If you want to call in, it's 724-739-3612. I'm about to drop the links to everything in the chat below. Give us a call. Tell us what you want to talk about, man. That chat was live last week. Let's keep it rolling, y'all. Let's keep it going. We got Doc Dark in the house, man. Let's talk about his videos. This brother's making headways, man. I mean, y'all gotta have some thoughts. Doc is listening right now, so y'all gotta have some thoughts on his videos. Let us know what you think about Doc's videos. Let us know what you think about any of this stuff, and don't forget too, you can leave us a Yappa. I'm gonna leave a link to the Yappa too. Click on the Yappa link, and you can leave us viewer mail that we'll play live on air. So if you don't want to talk to us live, you just want to leave your thoughts and roll, that's fine. You can do that too. So
absolutely, man. But wouldn't it be nice to see more conversations like, hey, look, man, this is everything. Let's keep it down the middle. Let's keep it fair. You hear Chase talking about it, Gaming Advocate, all the time now, man, about keeping it fair. And that's what it's all about, y'all. So GFN, man, we can get right into it.
We got a phone call already.
Let's go then.
Let's go. Hello, you are live with MM2K and Project Storm on SML Podcast. Who is it that we're talking to, and what is it you want to talk about, our good friend?
Why, hello. This is your local world-famous friendly plant-eating squid.
The
Squid, what's
world
going on,
famous.
brothers?
Okay. Just, hopping in on my lunch here.
Yo, lurking
saying
while
hi on the
working,
show.
man.
Oh, yeah, lurking while working. What I always do. Get like 3-4 streams popped up.
I hear that. So what's your
But,
thoughts on anything that's going on? Hey, what's your thoughts on anything that's going on that we're talking about, Squid, or anything that you wanted to bring that's unique to the discussion?
Oh, let's see. Well, I just jumped in. I don't know if you guys are talking about PlayStation, but
Nah, man. Nah,
I'm
we're just talking about like people's like their opinion, their takes on everything cloud gaming right now. Like some people feel like GeForce Now or
Yeah.
Luna is making more moves and things like that than Stadia right now, so it's becoming
Oh,
more
yeah.
appealing. So what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah.
How are you sticking with Stadia right now, or are you trying to play a bit more of everything? What are you
Oh,
doing?
yeah. I'm sticking on everything. Stadia, mostly.
Awesome.
It's
the way to go.
If anything, the gaming sphere that I've experienced has been quite vast, but cloud gaming has come a long way. And the first thing I've seen was like NVIDIA GeForce with the Shield TV.
Yeah.
They had that, like, they're like one of the first ones that had that. And I mean, they're, I guess, pioneers, you could say, for cloud gaming. But, the service model wasn't fit for most. And it was very, very niche, just like how Stadia is. And that's, I don't know what some people need to understand. This cloud gaming is very, very young. If 4 or 5 years now, if anything.
Yep.
And the console gaming, how long has that been going on for? Gosh, 30
Decades and
40,
decades.
I don't know, decades. People need to understand, like Stadia, Luna, even GeForce is even a baby in a sense. They're almost like 3 or 4. Same with Stadia. Stadia's now going to be 2 this year, and then Luna's just sprouted up. So there's all these things, and then PlayStation and Xbox, they're big dogs. They've been in the game for God knows how long, 20 plus years. And, that's just something to think about. And with how their model is for their cloud gaming, if anything, they need to step it up compared to Stadia, if anything. That's all I got to say with that.
Yeah.
And everyone can watch my videos. I play everything.
Right.
So that's all I really got to say, really, before kind of I start babbling more, but trying to keep it short and simple real quick. But, that's all I got really for right now.
Go ahead, MM.
No, I was going to say, I agree. And, I get where people may feel Stadia needs to step it up. That's fine. It's just this whole.
Oh, no, not Stadia. I'm saying Xbox and.
Oh, no. I meant, I wanted you pivot and use your thing as an example to where people in contrast might feel that Stadia might need to step it up in some areas. And that's fine. Xbox, everybody need, there's weaknesses and strengths everywhere, but ultimately we understand that these platforms are young and what they're trying to do, and we want them all to rise and improve on their tech and get better for all of us. So, I think that's a great point. Storm, what are your thoughts?
No, exactly right, man. That's exactly how I feel about it. But I do want to ask Squid. I do want to go back to you, Squid, and say, does it bother you at all when you hear the imbalances out there, or if certain narratives or whatever, or certain things that you see, right? Like, does it bother you at all, or do you just brush it off and keep on gaming? Like, what do you feel like when you see somebody say Stadia's dead, it's dying, and I told you, or GeForce Now doesn't have a chance because they just increased the price or whatever? Does any of that bother you?
Yeah. I mean, it does for like those future gamers that were, trying to jump into it, but then that also gives the opportunity now for Luna and Stadia to even just be better for that person that couldn't get into the GeForce. Like, I don't know, if anything, like if one opportunity closes one way, it's just up to that gamer to find out another way, and they have to experience it themselves. That's the best way for them to really find it out, really.
Exactly.
Before they say like Xbox sucks, before they say PlayStation sucks, before they say Nintendo sucks. You need to actually invest and play it, or find someone that has it that you can play it. And there's easy ways to even jump into it as well. And if you have questions, let me know.
Yep.
I'll find you a way. Trust me.
Now look at that.
But,
And that's the voluntary nature. I remember
mhm,
MM2K feeling that way, saying that a whole lot, man. Like the community making themselves available to help, just the Stadia community, for example, right? Because the majority of us are,
mhm,
it seems like there's a balance in the chat of people that play on different platforms and everything, man. And that's the beautiful part about it. But yeah, MM2K has been on record to say that a whole lot, man. If you need help, this is how, hey, let us know. Like, and people have been doing that. They hit us up in the comment section still to this day and in the DMs and everything. Like, how can I do this?
mhm.
How can I set up? How can I stream? You know, and all that stuff, man. So I'm glad you brought that up, Squid.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. It's all about, again, just we're a gaming community, and that's what I think everyone needs to understand.
But
Like, all right, sure you're riding with blue, sure you're riding with red. You can have all these colors with you. It
yeah,
doesn't mean
hey Squid, I just
bring
have
them
a
down.
hey Squid, if you don't mind, man, I have a different take. I think I have a different definition of what community really means. So it really bothers me, y'all. And if it
Mhm.
bothers me, I have to ask you, I have to share it with you, right? If it bothers me that we're supposed to
Yeah.
be a community, communities in my mind stick together. We help each other, we support each other, we play
And
together.
you build up.
More
And you build
importantly,
up.
and you
Yep.
build, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not about agreeing all the time. It's not about that, but it's
Yeah, it's
about
not about
helping each
agreeing,
other
but you build up.
and yeah, but enjoying
Yeah.
the experience is the most part. That's the thing that I think stands out the most when we're talking about community. We're not tearing each other down. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to see all of this stuff grow. We're
Mhm.
here for the cloud. Because if
Oh,
we were here for consoles,
yeah.
it'd be a different show name and everything. If we were here for mobile, that'd be a
Mhm.
different show name. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about the
Right.
cloud right now. And we care about all gaming, Squid, but you get my point, I think.
Oh yeah, no, I get you completely. But it's just also like how Doc always says there's levels to this, man.
Yeah.
Levels to this
And
thing, man. Shout out.
with cloud gaming, man. Yeah, it's true. It's a whole nother ball game. Like, I don't know. It's
Absolutely.
like it's almost like I mean, you can compare it this way. It's almost like how console gaming is comparing to PC. It's like you don't really compare it that way, but cloud gaming is also now a third different category. It's not PC gaming, it's not console gaming, it's cloud gaming. And that's what I think people also need to understand too. So then that way
Exactly.
they can better realize the quality of it and be like,
Yes.
okay, I get
Or
the
the
fidelity of
offerings.
a
Yeah.
PC, the nice convenience of playing my game, whatever game I want, of the console, and that type of thing.
And I
And
think
it's
lastly, what I
stupid.
really want to, it just hit me, man. So you just said cloud gaming, PC gaming, console gaming, all that, right? One thing there's a common
Mhm.
theme right there, right? And that's gaming. We're all in it
Yeah,
together, man. We're still trying to do the
exactly.
same things, just
Mhm.
different ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gaming. Gamers are what we are. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Well,
yeah, but Squid, we're gonna see if anybody else wants to ring in, man. MM2K, my bad, man. I cut you
Oh
off,
yeah.
but go ahead.
no, yeah, Square. We're going to open up the lines, but thank you so much, brother. And I do want to rap to you about something too, man. If you don't mind, after the show, I'll hit you up
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
And you
Gotcha.
and shout out to you, man. You're doing your damn. If you're not following Squid, do us a favor. Put the links to your YouTube and in the chat as well, because I know YouTube ain't
Mhm.
tripping that much. I know you a mod. Check out Squid stuff. I'm so happy to see, because I remember the first time Squid called up here, right?
Yeah.
And Squid was like, "Well, I don't know, man. I might." We're like, "Squid, get your ass out there and do
Right.
something." And Squid is now killing it, man. I love seeing it, good brother. I love seeing it, man. Great stuff. So definitely put your stuff out there. You definitely deserve all the attention that you can get, man, because I'm loving your content, brother.
Right.
Trust me, I'm checking it out.
And I'm already subbed, you know what I'm saying? So that shows you what I think about the
Absolutely.
world's famous plant
Oh
eating
yeah.
squid.
Absolutely. So no, thank you for coming through,
Yes,
Squid.
sir.
We appreciate you, good brother. And we'll see you again in later in the future.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys for having me, and love y'all. And
Hey, right back at
eat
you,
a plan
bro.
or two.
Peace
No.
out.
All right, take it easy, Squid. Have fun at work, man.
All right, that was Squid, man. Yeah, I remember that, and I love that about my good brother Squid. He's a kind-hearted soul, great guy. Always been a great supporter of and just not just this show, but everything PNTS, man. So definitely, all I can ask is for y'all to return the favor and show Squid some love as well. Storm, can I comment on what he was saying a little bit though,
Yeah,
and
go
what
ahead.
y'all were talking about?
Go ahead.
Because it's really important. And sometimes there's no other way to say it but to say it. So the hell with it, I'm gonna say it. What you said was so spot on. Community is about uplifting. Like I'm in like kind of like a not a gated community, but like a community where we really look out for each other. And yes, there's the nebby person on the corner, and then there's arguments over which pothole might get fixed first, or the lawns and the housing and stuff like that.
Snow removal.
Yeah, exactly. But we're always trying to uplift each other because the goal is to get the platform better at its apex. And there's a difference in your communication when you're trying to criticize but uplift, opposed to criticize and kill. Like if I were to come out instead and say, you know, instead of me saying, oh, I don't, that pothole shouldn't have been fixed first. It should have been this one. This is a more major road. We're going to do better about this next time. Opposed if I said, well, that pothole shouldn't have been fixed. That one should have been. This is why this town is going to shit. This is going down the shit bed. I can't wait till I get out of here. Yeah, I'm done with this town. I love hanging 2 streets over anyway, over at the Hucklebuck County. So, you know, when you start hearing conversations like that, are you really uplifting a community? So no. So that's why I say, as pillars of the community, I feel it's so important for us to make sure that people are aware, for the unsuspecting gamer, that they're aware that this is not the majority of people. Most people that have this platform love and enjoy it. Some love it more since launch. Some love it less.
And that's fine.
Since launch.
That is
you know
fine.
what I'm saying? And that's fine. But the overwhelming majority with this death to Stadia, and Stadia is only, all it takes is for Xbox to get one more game and Stadia's dead type of mentality. Don't think that is a slither of or an accurate slither of the community. Again,
but what do you think made those individuals grow to maybe not? I mean, is it like, all right, let's be real, man. Do you think it's just, and maybe somebody can call in, maybe somebody can chime in the chat. Whatever,
call in,
man.
phone lines are open. We can have this discussion.
Call in, let us know, help us understand, man, because what do you think drives...
724-739-3612. The lines are open.
And
ahead,
remember, you had the questions at Stadia Doses News. You always have the answers, at Stadia Doses News, man. So people, if you're looking for answers, man, hit my brother up over at Stadia Doses News, you know. Hit him up on Twitter as well. So check. But man, here's the question. What do you really think? And I want you to be honest, bro. What do you think contributed to the people who are just feeling that way, man? Like we might be able to help.
There's several things. Now we can't help it. There's several things. And I hate to be pessimistic like this. I dropped a tweet earlier where I said the Stadia community is just at a point to where a good, not a good sector, but you know, a portion, a decent portion of the community just are soured on the direction. And they're so soured on the direction that a lot of the rhetoric that you're hearing, a lot of scorned rhetoric, and that's fine. They exist. They have the right to express their opinion. The problem is that unfortunately that scorned minority are the ones that have the mics. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're the ones that set up the concert. So even though there's a concert of 50,000 people that want to listen to, you know what I'm saying, want to listen to some NWA or some Eric B. and Rakim, the people that control the mics, that control the concert, probably want to put, you know what I'm saying, some
Springsteen.
Some Springsteen,
which is
you
cool.
know what I'm saying, some Bon Jovi on.
I listen to everything.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's the problem. And that's where, again, they can control the mic for the user case that fits what they're saying. I'm not saying there's not people that fit. That's fine. But for those of you, the 50,000 in the crowd, we're trying to be that voice for you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem. You're not, and so I said this during the stream, you're not going to have one homogenous community. You're going to have a community that, again, thought Stadia was going to jump on stage and fight Xbox and PlayStation out of the gate. and that's not the direction that they're going in. So they're sour. That's fine. They have their own group and their own community to speak to. There's another group of us that feel more positive about the platform. We still have criticisms or whatever, but we're here to uplift the platform in hopes that it does improve, and using and highlighting where it does do well, and then hoping to bolster it to where it does improve. You know what I'm saying? Without all the death to Stadia talk. Those are two totally different spectrums, and they can't homogeneously operate together, unfortunately. And I mean, it is what it is. And that's every community is like that. Every community. Yeah. There are Xbox gamers that just can't homogeneously operate with other Xbox gamers. It is what it is. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad you touched on that, man, because I think it's very important. Now, we're going to move on, though, man. We're going to talk about the GFN, the new pricing structure and the new direction GF now is heading in, and the fact that 10 million cloud gamers. The 10 million is the number that we've seen. I went right to NVIDIA's blog and got that number. But, yo, two things I'm seeing, right? The first thing is I'm seeing some people who have been rocking with GeForce now. They're not very happy that they didn't get a heads up, right?
We got another phone call.
Oh, all right, let's go. Let's get it.
All right. Hello, you are live with Project Storm MN2K on Stadia. SML Podcast.
Hey, man, if you want it to be Stadia dosage, we can make it Stadia dosage, man. It is what it is.
Hey, look, we already Stadia dosage anyway.
If you want to take over my only show, bro, we could do that. But anyway, back to the caller, man.
Look, we all Stadia dosage at the end of the day. Who are we talking to? What is it you want to talk about, our good friend?
What is due? MN2K and Project Storm. It's Calvin Morgan.
Hey, Calvin, what's going on, buddy? Man, how you been, man?
Part 2.
I'm not in that work. Drive up here driving this truck.
That's what's. What are your thoughts on all this, Calvin? What's good? You think it's a bunch of craziness going on, or what are your thoughts on any of this stuff?
All right, man. Look, last night I was listening to a podcast last night, and they had no good rep for Stadia. Like they was like, man, like as soon as they dropped the Stadia name, people faces turn like, but these guys was.
Can I ask Stadia real quick, Calvin? Was it a group of Stadia gamers or people that really don't deal with Stadia?
No. Content creators.
Oh, okay. That play on Stadia. Are they within the Stadia community or outside of the Stadia community, rather?
Oh no, inside the Stadia.
Oh wow.
I think they're inside the Stadia community.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
But man, they was like saying Stadia not going to make it because now xCloud is in the mix. The thing is, look, when xCloud is just a testimony of what Stadia has been doing. PlayStation is a testimony of what Stadia has been doing. If they all going to the cloud gaming, it's all because of Stadia. Now, GeForce Now is kind of, I don't know, because GeForce Now, I got it, but I still don't understand it. Because they don't give out discounts and stuff on games.
Yeah.
You got to go to like Steam and stuff to figure that out.
Yeah.
But Stadia is like in its own realm. And like your boy, Doc
Dark.
What's his name? Doc Dark?
Doc Dark is in the chat.
Dr. Celebrity.
I love his podcast, man.
Yeah.
Man, he be hitting on the good points out there, talking about gamepad. And like I said, he had no cut card. Just like you, Project, just like you, MMPK. No type of cut card.
Yep.
He tell it real.
Yep.
But I mean, I just feel as though like people need to really look at what Stadia is doing and stop trying to bash it, because it's only going to get better. Like I said last week, it's only going to get better. And these partnerships, even though they may not agree with it, but it's better for the community. It's out there, it's going to get more recognition. And these games that came out this week, oh man, I'm talking about the discount. I had to unsubscribe to unlink my Ubisoft account and bought a whole bunch of games off of Stadia just to sit up there and, support the platform.
Okay, that's dope.
I bought maybe $300. I unsubscribe. I mean, not unsubscribe, unlink.
Yeah.
Got all of discounts, man. I was like, wow. Like you can't find that nowhere else. You can't find it nowhere. I went on the Ubisoft account thinking I was going to buy Phoenix Horizon.
Right.
Man, that was like $30.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know.
No, I love the podcast, man, and I love what y'all doing. I love that y'all here, cutting it up. That's why I call. That's why I try to support y'all, because I know y'all do your thing. I'm trying to get my podcast up. So
Hey, Cal. Hey, look, man. You know, come rap to us. We get you on the show. Do whatever we need to do, good brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look. This is how you build a community up. You got a new neighbor in the house. Hey, you want some apple pie? You know what I'm saying? So just hit us up, brother. We'll make it happen. You know.
No problem. But I just wanted to touch on that because, I did drop the name in there. I said Player Eddie One. It was his podcast, not throwing no names out who said what. But I didn't like how he was trying to be shutting down Stadia. But before months ago, he was just praising Stadia. But then since Stadia first party closed, now you bashing it. No, stop bashing it. Praise it the same way how you doing Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo.
Yeah, and that's why I asked Hey, now look, Calvin, that's why I asked, man, because see, I just want a better understanding because, hey, look, some of the same people that have issues with the moves the Stadia makes, hey, those are the brothers right there. Those are the sisters, so that's why I'm asking to get somebody else's thoughts on it. I mean, I can probably do like an interview myself with certain people. I don't know, man, but I think that we need to help answer the questions because if we're not answering the questions, and people are coming to us to check us out and support us and spend hours listening to what we have to say, then who the hell is going to have the answer? Stadia's not going to come out and answer everything, just like GFN, Calvin. Before you leave, I want to get your thoughts on this because I know MM is going to share his thoughts. But GFN just changed their pricing structure and everything. They're going to go $10. They're going to double the price from $5 a month to $10 a month for founders. And they're going to add like some other perks and everything. And I think it looks like they're banking on the fact that there's 800 games there available for people to play. But the thing that I keep paying attention to is the fact that it appears that they couldn't keep it at that $5 a month price point. So let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on the GeForce Now thing and the fact that we're not hearing a whole lot of chaos over this right now in comparison to if it was Stadia, we would have been hearing a whole lot right now going on. What are your thoughts on that? I know that's a lot, but what's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, like I said, it just comes down to it being okay. So GeForce was the first was the cloud gaming. They started it. Then follow up with Google. Now the thing is, I think because GeForce is not making didn't make a lot of promises when Google first came out, and yet Google did mess that up. But if you take it to it now, GeForce really upped their prices because they had to update their server blades and stuff like that. So, of course, they're going to make their money no matter what. They're going to try to. Now, do I think that that's a good thing? It's good to their service that they're doing it. But to me, I mean, this is my opinion. I wouldn't buy it because the fact that, I don't see what it's offering for me. Now, that's for me. For somebody else, it may be different. But then Google are very well known more than the NVIDIA Shield. So of course they're going to bash Google because Google has a lot of name recognition. Google have a little bit of stench on what it does. So of course it's going to be Google this, Google that, Google that, Stadia this, Stadia that, Stadia that, because it's all a part of Google. Yeah, that's why they bash it so much. That's why they so much want to. That's why, and then this weekend, like I said, this weekend they had a good sale. Games came out. FIFA, I bought FIFA 21. I love it. But nobody's talking about those games that weekend about who was playing against three people that was on there from Stadia. Nobody talked about it. I haven't heard anything about it. And I'm like, why? But let something negative come out about Stadia, everybody jump on it. And I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. Why are they always doing that? They don't want to speak good about it, but they always want to speak down upon it. And it's all because, like I said, they scared. They know what Stadia is doing. Stadia like, okay, well, we're just going to be quiet. And then when the time is right, we're going to shoot off in the sky. We're going to blow it up.
Yep. They did a little bit of that last year to close out the year. You know what I'm saying? And then they slowed down with the announcements. Then we heard the SG&E news. So I got what you're saying right there. But anything you want to touch on?
They here's what it is. GFN and Stadia are in the driver's seat when it comes to cloud gaming right now. And because cloud gaming has such a low barrier to entry, you can have multiple people. It's not a binary choice, meaning just because somebody's winning, someone gets a point, it takes a point from someone else. No, there's enough space for multiple players. And right now those players are GFN and Stadia. And so they're the kings of the castles right now. And I'm personally feel that Stadia is the king of the kings when it comes to those two. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Particularly now that with GFN raising its price, I like a lot of things GFN are doing, but by GFN raising its price, it's kind of like what Calvin said. Now you've actually uptick the value of Stadia to say, for your $10, this is what you're getting, but for this $10, you're getting this. You're getting games, access to 4K, all this. So by you doubling your price, you raise the value of Stadia. You got better stream quality. Yes, GFN has more games, but then you got more flexibility. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you got to purchase the GFN games unless you either have Ubisoft Plus on the platform or you're relying on some of these Epic games, right? Mm-hmm. But as a conduit, opposed to a closed platform that has so much to offer, more than a conduit, because they can give you deals, a lot more deals and stuff. There's just, again, it's up to those two. And as far as things are, as far as I'm concerned, Stadia is ahead. There's no need to say Stadia is dead right now. I don't feel, because how do you call somebody that's ahead amongst its peers dead? Or how do you conclude that they're dead? That just boggles my mind. However, I know where it's coming from at the root. But thank you so much, Calvin. We appreciate you, Carl. We're going to get some more people in here. Thank you so much, brother, for your support as always.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all.
Hey, man. Yeah. Have a great one.
Yeah, have a good one. Be safe out there.
All right. So I want to say this. Again, there are people that thought, shout out to PSVNG, I'll say this. PSVNG came and they picked up Stadia because they thought Stadia was going to hit the scene and compete with Xbox and PlayStation. The PSVNG, they're kind of like a PNTS network, but they're a lot broader right now, and we aspire to do what they're doing. Shout out to them. PSVNG picked up Stadia, said, we don't like it. What we expected to do, it's not doing it. We're leaving it alone. And they went about their business. Now, why did they go about their business? Because they cover other platforms and they're not attached to one community. So they're like, okay, we're attached to other communities. We can go about our business. We'll check in on this thing periodically. And if it gets to what we like, we'll come back, right? However, what you're seeing in the Stadia community is, again, you've seen people set up the mics, set up the stands, expecting XYZ from Stadia, whether it was from the platform or expecting participation from Google themselves, and they don't like what they see, and that's fine.
Yeah.
They're moving on. But the problem is, instead of them moving on and leaving the mics and the platform there, like how PSVNG did, they're taking the mics with them. And by them taking the mics with them and them saying the Stadia is dead noise, it gives the appearance that this is how the majority of the community feels. Well, no, they are clearly in the minority. And that's the problem. And that's why it's important for us to do what we do, Storm. Yeah. It's important for Stadia Bass to do what they're doing. The homie Rock to do what he's doing, and others. Clive Linden. It's important for us to do what we're doing, to be critical, to talk the pros and cons, but get a new set of mics so people out there on the periphery, the unsuspecting gamers, understand that that's just the sector of the community. They don't represent the majority.
Hey, chat highlight, bro. Chat highlight. Let's go. I got a few things I want to throw at you. First, let's go to Tommy Rocks out here. He says, sup, MM and Storm. Speaking the truth as always, donated a coffee for you, Storm, on PayPal. Bruh, I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I could use me a coffee right now. You know what, though? Then again, I don't need no damn coffee, man. These games get me hype. You know what I'm saying, Tommy? But I appreciate you, brother. You know, I'm always looking at what I could do for people as well. You know what I'm saying? So I damn sure appreciate everything that you all do all the time and support that y'all give, man. Doc Dark 1985 right here says, Stadia is amazing. MM, I want you to think about this and tackle this right here. Stadia is amazing, but I wonder if Google themselves know what they have. What do you think Doc's trying to say right here, bro?
I think Doc, from his experience, he's confused on why he hasn't gotten the information that, you know what I'm saying, that he now knows firsthand.
Yeah.
And again, I get it. Now,
I agree with Doc. I agree with Doc. I just
I
want to
agree
hear you
with
break it
Doc.
down.
And the after party, we kind of explained to him how there were attempts, but we agree with Doc that it needs to be more forceful. We agree with that. Here's the thing, though.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's not that Stadia doesn't know what they have. Stadia just hasn't found the sweet spot yet on how to communicate it to the gamer. They haven't tweaked the communication part of it yet. And when I say communication, it's not that they're not trying to say things. It's not that it's not like there aren't times to where they hit the nail on the head, but consistently, impactfully, they're still trying to figure that out. And I think a lot of it has to do with just and Shannon Studd still talked about this, the weird nature of Stadia. I mean, of Google. Google is such a different company on how they handle things. They're used to just putting said product out there and letting the community love for it handle it. And I can see where the head execs at Google are hamstringing some of the communication ideas that a Phil Harrison may have or others may have, because Google just says, you know what, you got to follow our culture. And hopefully along the way, Google understands that when it at least comes to gaming, y'all got to open it up a little bit. So I don't think they definitely know what the hell they got. There's a reason why they're a multi-billion-dollar company. There's a reason why, even though you could talk what you want about Stadia, you use Google Calendar to remind you that this show is here. You're watching this on YouTube, maybe on a Pixel phone. Google Maps told you told you how to get to where you're going while you're listening to this on the radio.
Right.
Google Calendar, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why Google is so embedded in our life. But when it comes to gaming, they just got to get better on how they break this down in layman's terms to gamers. They got to do it a little bit differently.
Yeah. Now let me get my take on what I think Doc is saying right here too. You know what I mean? So he starts out by saying Stadia is amazing. Now, as an Xbox gamer, for Doc to say that in the first damn place, man,
Exactly.
I gotta commend the brother, man, because that's
Absolutely.
this is how I feel. This is how I feel, MM. But he says, but I wonder if Google themselves know what they have.
Mm-hmm.
So what I think Doc is saying right here, and then Doc can let us know who was right, who was spot on, or whatever. Man, this technology, it seemed at first as if Stadia did not know what they had. You know what I mean? Because they put it out there, they tried it out in beta, and they said, I remember reading an article saying that, hey, this thing works. They realized that this really works. Like it works very well. So now that Doc has gotten the controller in his hands and played Destiny 2 and other games, and that gameplay was dope, by the way. Check it out on this channel, right here on YouTube, y'all. I think he's saying that this stuff is so good. The technology is so good. The potential is so enormous for this platform that Stadia should be out here breaking their damn necks. I mean, you should be throwing up. Hold on, bro. You should be throwing up MM2K in a bucket every damn day because you're sick of Stadia out here parading how great this technology is and how great this platform is that they've created. That's what I think Doc is trying to say, man, because that's how I feel sometimes, bro. Because it blows my mind and I'm out here trying to put it into words on a live stream. I can't do that. I wish I could speak like a Rock. I wish I could speak like a Lloyd or a Bill or Sonny or whatever all the time and carry that conversation, but I can't do that because I get dumbfounded, y'all, in the gameplay. I get lost in the gameplay instantly. I don't know how the hell this happening, so it blows my mind. Then I stumble over my words sometimes, MM2K. You've done it before. You get what I'm saying? So, bro, that's what I think Doc's trying to say, man. Anything?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that Doc is trying to say that even if you are just trying to operate in a small cloud gaming space, that y'all can do a more impactful job than this. That's what I think he's saying. And I get the difficulties. I get the challenge because you have the media. And now you got the challenge of the people that you validated, right, Storm? We keeping it real here.
Yeah.
People that you validated and talk to personally and this, that, and then send backpacks to. Now they taking an ish in your yard, right?
Yeah.
So it creates a challenge. And again, and I'm not saying that to diss anybody, but I had to put that out there for it to be a reality. That would be like MM2K. Stadia sent me a book bag at 200 Survivor.
Right.
Damn. Survivors.
Right.
200 subscribers.
I know what you meant, man. I was going to cover
you know what
up.
I mean? He said, the old Milwaukee talking. They sent me a book bag at 200 subscribers. Can you imagine that instead of doing what I'm doing, MM2K was out there, your Stadia is trash, it's garbage, it's poop, it's going to die next week. I got new on the MM2K rule, Stadia's die. You know how much of a negative impact that would have. So I think a lot of us that are curious on why Stadia may have backed off a little bit from directly dealing with content creators. I think some of us got to maybe pull back to some of our prior rhetoric and take a look. Because I'm going to tell you this much. If you started talking trash on Amazon Luna ain't going to fall. They're not going to listen to you. Yeah. If you start talking trash on GFN is not going to show all this humongous support. And I know from personal experience, you talk trash on Xbox, they will blacklist you. I know from personal experience. So that's what any pro company, if you start talking trash, the likelihood that they're going to operate with you becomes less, and it is what it is. So I think a lot of that just has to be looked at. We got to recognize and realize how these companies operate. Stadia does have to do a better, impactful job in its communication. But then you got to look at the media parts of it too, externally and internally. And for some reason, when it comes to Stadia, our community loves it. I saw a tweet the other day from somebody who cursed Stadia out. Somebody known in our community literally just cursed them out.
Wow.
About something trivial. I ain't gonna get into it because I don't want to highlight and give a spotlight.
I missed that one too.
Silliness.
Yeah, I missed that.
But they cursed them out. You never see them talk to GFN or Shadow or anybody else like that. They cursed Stadia out. You notice how when they criticize these other platforms, good or real bad or little bad, they're always so nice. Well, could you please do this or could you please do that? It's never that way with Stadia. It's always a this, that, and the other. So Stadia backed away and said, it's not in our interest maybe to operate with a lot of you guys because we don't know. One day you're going to be up, the next day you're going to be down, and it's not good for a platform.
Or the brand.
And I'm not saying you should say stuff to make Stadia happy, but you got to look at your rhetoric and then examine why, and then look at your relationship with Google. So.
Yeah, I think that's wise advice, man. I definitely agree with it. But look, we had a few interesting. I'm going to give y'all the topics we had. If we run out of time, it'll spill over to one of our next shows, y'all. But I did still have. I wanted to talk about the experience that I had with all those services, right? But then Project Chimera, I heard that there's still some buzz about Project Chimera, man. All right, do you know anything about that? Is that factual?
Yes, I do. And I might be able to give me a second. I'm going to put it up on the screen as well. But what's going on with Project Chimera is Stadia AI or Google AI released some notes on what was going on with Project Chimera, which sounds to be still up and running. And they released the latest notes about how they were able to utilize Project Chimera to make some initial activity in gaming a lot easier. It's a very interesting read. I'll drop the link. I know I had it. Where they at? I know. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
So I
got it right here.
All right.
And now another interesting part of it too. And shout out to Aaron Hoffman, John. I love Aaron Hoffman, John. I wish that it's a shame to see people like Aaron not being. And I got it up now. Not being utilized at Google any further. It's just, I think that's just a lost resource wow. But with that being said, she was noted in this technology find. And it looks like it's something that they're still working at. I'm trying to find one of the more, it says Over the years, online multiplayer games have exploded in popularity, captivating millions of players across the world. This popularity has increased demands on game designers, as players expect. After all, it's no fun to play where a single strategy beats all the rest. In order to create positive gameplay experiences, game designers typically tune balance a game iteratively. And it says, today we present an approach that leverages machine learning to adjust game balance by training models as they serve to play testers and demonstrate this approach on digital card prototype Chimera, which we've previously showed as a test bed for ML generated art by running millions of simulations. And then they talk about Chimera. We developed Chimera as a game prototype that would heavily lean on machine learning during its development phase for the game. We purposely designed the rules to expand the possibility space, making it difficult to build a traditional handcrafted AI and to play the game. And so they talk about the different aspects of Project Chimera, and they share notes with the gaming public. So this kind of coincides, Storm, to get your thoughts on it. Yeah. This coincides with the Shannon Studstill interview, where Shannon was asked, so what about the work that you did at Stadia? And she said, oh, no, believe you me. What we did was not going to just go into some waste can. Not only are there other parts of Google that are going to utilize what we've worked on, but this stuff is going to show up in games, is basically what she said. It's going to show up in other sectors of Google products and services, and it's going to show up for Google in games. And that's why, if you go back to the Catherine, that's why all this stuff is interconnected. If you look at this from 5,000 feet, you won't be confused. If you go back to the Catherine Hassai interview, Storm, it explains to you, in detail how Google is shifting its focus. There's a reason why, and I did validate this to some extent. There was a reason why, I can't say but too much. There's a reason why there was no talk about first party in that interview, even though that interview happened before SG&E was closed down. That Google has shifted its operations with its game studios to not just do white labeling, but to work with them on game development to come to the retail version of Stadia. Mm-hmm. So again, this is a lot more exciting news, that even though we may not see it happening at a first party stint, that Google is still actively working with its partners, as Mark Stratton of Ed said. They're still working with their partners, and this shows you that they're still working with their partners to integrate things that they've learned from Project Chimera into games, and they're sharing that with the gaming community as well.
Wow. So there's still, what I'm seeing right here is there's still some exclusive tech out there that could be utilized for future games, whether that be third-party developers and stuff. They could, oh man. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how the door opens right there. And MM, I know you spoke heavily about Project Chimera from the beginning, man. You advised people to check it out and do research on it several times, bro. So to see this still alive and well, which I don't see why it wouldn't be, it just all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That technology is still Stadia's. So, bro, that's huge, man. So I know it's almost time to wrap up, man. I want to shout out, to everybody that joined, especially Rock, man. I think they got Cloudburst coming up next. Y'all check it out. You know what I'm saying? So, real quick, before you leave, man, the elephant in the room, if we could touch on it for like a minute each, man, then we'll wrap up. Stadia multiplayer, man. And I know I wanted to bring up the 9 to 5 Google we spoke of, and I know we're not going to have time to thoroughly break it down, but at this point right here, is multiplayer gaming on Stadia a big concern of yours? And I'll share my thoughts on it after you.
It needs to improve, and it improves by crossplay. But as far as a big concern, if people really want to play a game on Stadia, there is a very active community. If they want to play a game on Stadia, then they'll find a way to gather people up and play. I'm not too concerned with people that want to do multiplayer. It's only if you're introduced to the platform individually, solo, you know what I mean? So, but I don't think it needs to improve, but I don't think Stadia is going to die at this moment because of it. Because if they get the big ticket games and people realize, oh, I can get access to these big ticket games without having to spend big ticket money, then the gamers will come.
Right. So how I feel about it is, I feel like Stadia has the means to do it, the experience to invest heavily into crowd play discussions, more of those type of discussions on crowd play. And cross play, my bad. Crowd play and cross play actually is there. The crowd play is theirs as well. So I think more discussions like that happen with the developers. Like, hey, you know what? How can we get cross play on this game as a Stadia? How can we be included on that type of deal, right? I think that'd be huge for the numbers of certain games. But if I look at Destiny 2, for example, Destiny 2, Division 2 and all that, well, Division 2 has crossplay, but Destiny 2 doesn't yet. And it's still putting up numbers. I could jump in and do any activity I want, MM2K. So that is an example of a game that's on the platform that you can still find people to play with and stuff. So, hey, we'll share more on it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to go too far over. I know my brother has things to take care of. But look, I hope you all enjoyed this episode 23 of the SML podcast, man. We kept it real as possible. It's going to continue to happen in the future. I feel like that's the only way we can do it, MM2K, because if we're pretending, then what are we doing to those out here watching, those listening, you know what I'm saying, and those who are confused or just have general questions. So before we wrap up, is there anything you wanted to point out or say about the show
No,
today?
I want to say definitely check out Doc Dark. I want to plug his latest video along with a poll that we got running. Let me just do this real quick. I'm gonna drop this in the chat. Hold on one second. I'm sorry.
While you're doing that, that's all right. While you're doing that, I'm gonna just say, hey, tomorrow, myself, Snow Bunny Gaming, and Rome Rush, we're gonna be doing the YMYOG, Yang Meets Yang of Gaming podcast with our brother Rome Rush, who's joining us. A great content creator, great PlayStation guy, you know what I'm saying, who also understands that there's gaming outside of PlayStation as well. You can check him out on right here on YouTube at Rome Rush, and so we'll be there. And of course, y'all, the weekly schedule, if you don't know it, we'll have SSC podcast next Wednesday. If anything changes, we'll let you know on any of these dates. And for the commission, y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned because we are making some tweaks and changes behind the scene. But the commission is not going, y'all. The commission is not going anywhere. So I just wanted to throw those out there while you work on that.
All right, I put the link out there. Please click that link. Go to the Reddit. It'll take you to the Reddit post. We got a poll going up there, and it also gives you a link to Doc's latest video. Great stuff.
Yo, shout out to Aminar, man. We appreciate it. Always enjoy your show,
shout
man.
Out to you,
as a big PlayStation guy, man, we appreciate you having you. Hey, Aminar, I don't know what the hell I'd do now if you wasn't here, bro. Chariot Man Gaming, this podcast on fire. He said, man, we need to reach out as a community. Victor says it could work. Yo, that's what I'm talking about right there, y'all. Please don't misconstrue what we were saying about community. When you care, you reach out.
Yep.
When you care, you speak up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we've been trying to do more of. It's not that we're the best. We're trying to be who the hell are y'all to tell us what we need to do.
We're just trying to do our part.
Yeah, man, we can have these conversations behind the scene as well. It doesn't matter, y'all. But hey, we have more coming up for y'all. Next week, it'll be on MM2K's on the Stadia Doses News channel right here on YouTube. Y'all know where to find them. So stay tuned, y'all. MM2K, man, I want you to have a good day. Play some games, bro. Try to relax and get outside if you can, man.
I'm going to give it my best shot, brother.
hell of a show, y'all. Caliber Killer, man. Hey, I appreciate it having each one of y'all. Go check out Cloudburst, man. Rock was in the building, man. Go check him out. All right, have a good day, y'all. Keep it safe, keep it positive, and keep it gaming. We up out of here.
Peace.